Good evening. To oh boy, it's looping. One sec, I messed something up. Okay, hello everybody. I am Sepion here with you tonight for Shakira #1 up against Kavallieri, and we should have a pretty good game on our hands. Both these teams are pretty damn solid. And speaking of, they should be setting up any second now, so we shouldn't have much of a delay going forward. And there you go, yeah, right on time. We'll be heading right into draft. Go ahead and start. Great stuff. And I'll just switch us over to the drafter, which is right there. There you go, no shenanigans today, right into it. Both teams said they're ready, hope it didn't lie. I need to open the door because my cat heard me talk and decided to run away. One sec. Bye, kitty. And blue team needs to hit ready. If you're listening in, hit ready. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, both these teams we have some. We just saw Cavalieri play, so unless you're just joining us, they're definitely not new. But in general, these names aren't entirely new. I don't think they're. We have too many old head players here, but it's not the first time I'm seeing these guys either. So well, if you'll be hanging around, you might recognize some names here. And these are some pretty damn good players, judging from the previous games. And Azir immediately gets banned out. Unify just had a monstrous performance on that champion. And yeah, Shakira #1, I'm not looking to let him have any of that. Hecarim being taken away from Google Maps here. I want to say, if memory serves right, pretty damn big Hecarim player. So they're just going to deny the comfort pick there. And my expectation here is that Cavalieri are probably going to be focusing towards top side. Samma's player is a very scary player. No, actually, with bans going towards the mid lane, maybe they have other plans. Usually, I've seen Samma's player be the star of the show on the teams he's been on, which is why I was kind of assuming that the bans would go towards him. But it looks like Oriana will be the ban for Cavalieri, whilst Jinx and Maokai are both taken away from Shakira, just denying some solid picks here. The Maokai especially really means that some player gets to be aggressive on these champions that he likes. He likes to play these aggressive champions, and Maokai is kind of just a champion that denies plays. Really, he's not really going to play much himself, but he's damn well make sure that you don't get to play either. With Anivia taken away, so top is wide open. I wonder if they prioritize that or if they go for the counter pick, but a bunch of champions are still open right now. So really, this first pick in my head could be just about anything. And even Shakira now, though, they're not really damn sure to what to take away. They first picked the Lulu, which I want to say is quite odd. Maybe they have a better read than I do, but in general, I wouldn't say the Lulu is that strong of a first pick right now. It's not insanely oppressively strong, but yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to punish it. Seraphine is not one of them, but Kali really likes to play Seraphine, which was not banned away this time around. So we'll get to play that one. Hopefully he's not too sad about this one. He opted for Caitlyn instead. I wonder if they still go for Seraphine. But Kali was pretty miserable in Janssen's chat, if anyone was hanging around there. Forced to play Pantheon of all things, which is really not all that boring. I'm not sure why he was so damn miserable in there. But maybe this time he gets the Seraphine he so fondly covets. Looks like he will be getting the Seraphine. So it'll be a Caitlyn Seraphine bot lane. Not a super aggressive one, but still one that can snowball into this Lulu. If they play it just right, that is. This Lulu is, I mean, it's not a bad pick, but I feel like there were definitely some better picks to go around. With Zac being taken now as the second pick for Shakira, and Swain as well, the comfort pick for some must player here. Picked blind though, but I don't think there's too much that can punish this, or not too heavily at least. So it's probably comfortable picking this one blind. Zac being picked up, a very scary champion in general. I'm a big Zac hater myself. His ability to just show up out of nowhere with his elastic slingshot is very terrifying. And that appears to be answered by the Volibear. This Volibear could technically still be a flex pick. I believe they do tend to Kavallieri do prefer to put that in the jungle. I think. I think I'm still on the Discord call actually. I just realized it. Whoops. Goodbye, guys. But yeah, Twitch being banned out, AD and mid lane still to be taken from Shakira, unless they want to take this Swain into the mid lane. But I feel like Summer's player is the guy who he's got the Swain tag on in the game. He's got the Swain icon. I doubt he'd give that champion over to the mid lane. And looks like it'll be mid bans and AD bans so far. A lot of AD carries still open. Jinx, Twitch, and Caitlyn are gone for Shakira, but there's still some pretty menacing ones. Aphios was not one I was thinking of actually, but yeah, makes kind of sense. It's pretty scary with the Lulu. Really, you're just denying the scary stuff that you would expect to be picked with the Lulu. And Aphios or Twitch are two champions you would expect with that champion, so though you're taken away. Jarvan is a solid ban. That does kind of show to me that they're kind of thinking this Volibear is going to go top, though. I wonder if they're right on that one. Because my expectation was honestly that this Volibear is going to go jungle. But it is a flex pick for a reason. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. I'm stumbling over my words, but the Wukong, technically still a flex pick, but probably the Wukong in a jungle then. They were right on their read with the Volibear going top to match the Swain. Probably. With the Lissandra being picked up, still blind, but of all the champions, Lissandra is a fairly safe one. Don't mind it at all. Victor, kind of in the same boat, but they're going to go back to the Lissandra. Fair enough. I feel like Victor is slightly stronger in the current meta. Or what to say, but Lissandra has absolutely nothing wrong with that champion. But complements this sort of dive dynamic that they've got going on with the Zac and the Swain here. Kind of makes the Lulu a bit of an odd factor, but with the Xayah coming in, yeah, sure, this is a very serviceable comp from ShakiraNo1. I get what they're going for. They're looking to dive these squishy backliners while keeping the Xayah alive. A lot of tools to do so with the Lulu and her own ult, so the counter dive won't be as effective. I totally get what they're going for. Pretty solid comp. But Kavallieri have also got a pretty solid comp themselves with a solid front line and a solid back line to boot, just front to back. Historically, I want to say the simpler comps have been the ones that come out on top most commonly, and that kind of makes sense, right? It's a bit of an easy execution. Like, sure, you might pick a technically better comp, but if you don't execute it as well, it's not worth all that much. And I feel like Kavallieri do technically have the easier comp here, but ShakiraNo1 could definitely still uh, they're definitely still strong. I still get what they're going for here. And I'll just let the teams know that they can go ahead and start. Because yeah, we do have to wait out the 3-minute delay. And yeah, fair enough. So let's talk about the game. Let's talk about what I expect to happen here. I am alone today, so I can't really get a second opinion. So if I mess up, it's on me. Looks like there are a few delays, but that's fine. I feel like top lane is very safe. Swain, range champion into melee champion. You don't really expect much there. Okay, apparently I messed up. I'm not quite sure what. um, well, they're not telling me what I did. They're just getting angry at me, so that's cool. But I think we'll get it fixed real quick. What? Okay, anyway, let me just wait for the invite here. Are we all set? I think we're all set. Yeah, great. Okay. Um, yeah, expect top to be pretty safe. This Volibear is probably getting it bullied a little bit, but not too bad. Swain's damage isn't crazy right out of the gate. So I don't expect too much action in the top lane unless someone messes up. Zac does need a few levels to get going. His elastic slingshot is not that long range in the early game. He needs a few points in that thing to really get it to a scary point. But the Syndra is very good gank setup into this immobile Syndra here. He's going to live and die by her Scatter the Weak, as that's really all that's going to deny the Zac engage from just ripping her a new one. So really, Yiğit is really gonna need to be on top with those. As for the bot lane, I don't really expect all that much bot lane. There's decent gank setup coming from Kavallieri, but yeah, you could definitely focus that lane. Like, there's not all that much going on in the other sides of the map. Maybe top lane could be vulnerable. Swain is not all that tanky in the early game. He does need a few items to get going here, so he's not exactly going to be winning the 2v1 if they catch him out on an odd timer. You do want to gank the Caitlyn, I feel like. It's a bit awkward with the Seraphine. I feel like most commonly you'd either want to pick I'm sorry. Wow, the Sura, yeah. You're good on the Seraphine, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit of an odd champion to pick here, I feel like, with Caitlyn. It's not really what I would have expected, because you really want something a little bit more aggressive with the Caitlyn, and you'd want gank pressure usually going towards her, because she really needs to bully this lane here. Yeah, buddy, I have to talk for 3 minutes all alone here. I'm gonna talk about some bullshit. So, yeah, you're gonna have to listen to me. Yeah, I've kind of just talked myself out here. I don't really know what else to say. I really want to see this Caitlyn getting ahead. Well, this little Zaya is kind of just gonna vibe, really. They just need to wait out the timer. I will talk with you. Talk about the weather. The weather sucks. I mean, it's night right now, but in general, it kind of sucks. I don't know. No get living in here. Don't get living in here. No. I'm not talking to that guy. He's nice. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. I'm really just yapping because I'm lost. But yeah, I don't know what else is gonna happen in this game. Really, they don't expect much action. Like, Zac will need to find some cheeky ganks, but he's not gonna do that immediately. So probably a pretty quiet early game. I don't think anyone's really gonna be getting aggressive. Maybe Volibear finds some cheese. That'd be fun to see. So find some cheese, please. But other than that, I feel like we're in for a pretty boring early game. We'll have to see though. You never know what's gonna happen in game. I just set some stuff up in the meantime. Oh no, what I do? Oh, whoops. That's what I did. Yeah, we'll move this up. This was a bit of a quick affair. Apologies for some stuff being messed up. Look at those logos, they're so nice. But yeah, uh, 50 minutes, or 50 seconds on the clock. I don't really know what else to talk about, I'll be honest with you guys. This is looking pretty boring so far for the early game, but imagine the team fights are going to be pretty crazy. There's a lot of AoE going around. It's just that AoE isn't where it's Jack in the early game, so it'll be a while since we really get hyped up here. So don't fall asleep, because we're in for a good one. And there we go. Let me just move over to the right screen, which is this one. Hopefully I position these suckers right. Yeah, probably. And what we're looking at with runes here, I want to say maybe the AD runes for Caitlyn opted for the fleet footwork, which is not a bad rune, but it's a bit of a passive one. There's really a lane I want to see the Caitlyn stomp. I'm not sure if there was a better rune there, but can't exactly change it, so it's fine. Let me just move these guys around. Ooh, great stuff. And yeah, Nothing too out of the ordinary yet. Volibear did opt for the Doran Shield, which is probably the right choice, but it does mean that he's not going damage. Probably not expecting to do all that much in the early game except survive. Volibear does have a lot of burst, especially after a few levels, so Swain has to be careful. Again, he's not that tanky. Sure, he can sustain technically infinitely with the ult, but if you get blown up, that's not really worth all that much. So Swain has to be careful of this Volibear, but for the most part, he's just going to be poking him out, and Volibear's just going to be a sad little bear, just sitting under his tower. Maybe regenning, maybe just going back all the time, we'll see. Akali is looking for some cheeky little stacks here, doesn't find any, as ShakiraNo1's bot lane is already opting to not play much of this game out. And really, this is what I expect them to do. Again, they're just going to be waiting out this timer. You don't really get to do much in this lane as Xayah Lulu, I don't think. You're really just very safe in this team fights for the most part. You really want to get CS on this Xayah, and that's your one game plan. Which is perfectly fine, if a bit boring for us. I hope this did not crash. Good God. It might have, yeah. Alright, so that's one crash. Might as well put a counter on the screen, because this has been happening a lot. Unfortunately, Riot shockingly broke spectating. Thanks for the follow, Sukito. Thanks, man. But yeah, we'll be getting right back into this one. I'll have to fix the portraits again. Oh my god. This job is too hard. There you go. Great. And... one sec. Great, not too much. But yeah, nothing's happened yet. A ward was put down by Shakira over on the enemy red side. Wukong will be spotted out once he gets there, so I don't know exactly where he is right now. Which does enable this bot lane to get a little bit aggressive. They did get the level 2 shove, I can see. I can remove keys. Yeah, so they've gotten a minuscule lead here in the bot lane. They're pretty good at taking these short trades with the Lulu shield. Seraphine doesn't quite match that. She's really just looking to do damage herself instead of just shielding her AD. This lane is really just looking to catch someone out with the Caitlyn combo. That's a lot of damage to catch someone out with. But trading auto for auto, the Lulu will win out there, so they have to be careful. Even though Akali is proving pretty good at poking. A lot of mana used for it though, so the Seraphine has to be careful, looking very low on mana. But as far as HP bars go, they find a little bit of an advantage there. Wukong is patting towards the top side though. Thanks for the follow, Kane. Hey, might talk to you later too. But yeah, Wukong did pat towards the top side. Ducky Warrior is gonna do the proactive play of rotating early towards the scuttle. I don't think they know that the Zac is in the bot side, or at least they don't know for sure. So they're just gonna make sure that Peach White here secures the scuttle easy peasy. But it does mean that there's not a lot of pressure going onto the Xayah Lulu here, whilst little Maserati is down here. Not gonna be able to find a gank. Akali gonna be backing, probably a result of using up all that mana in the early game. But I did find the nice shove. Imp and Dancian are looking to possibly set up a nice little freeze. Will deny some CS from Bodgar actually. Well done there, but won't be too disastrous in the end. So Peach White did finish his clear. Gonna be backing off while Little Maserati is a little bit behind, but not too big a deal. Again, not expecting much action here. Ducky Warrior taking half of his health bar, but look at how quickly he makes up for it in the trade. Gonna be taking a bunch of damage on the walk back. Flashes forward actually, looking for the solo kill, but not quite successful in doing so. As Summons player has the burst to finish Ducky off. That'll be first blood going over to Shakira. And yeah, gank in the bot lane. I almost missed this little Maserati, not quite finding the elastic slingshot under the bot guard here, who has a net to get out of there. Dancian looking for an aggressive trade. Probably going to be taking some back though as Bodgar joins the lobby. And Imp is a bit too far forward, forced to flash immediately with the counter gank from Peach White just in the nick of time. And that's a lot of resources used. Pretty even all around. But it is Kavallieri to get the shove in the bot lane here, which prompts Peach White to start up Dragon. Kali has to be careful, not very tanky on the Seraphine. 1E from the Zac, could spell death, but they're gonna find the Zac. Speaking of, Little Maserati will probably gonna be going down for the second kill of the game, going over to Yeetified. Now the player won't have you want to have that kill as well. Imp going very low, almost dead as well. Ducky Warrior in some trouble. Ghost used from someone's player. I really don't see Ducky Warrior getting out of this one. Flash was used earlier. W is not gonna come true. Zapped to Oblivion. Imp did go down. Unified is looking for a third on Ancien, but ran out of mana. So there's just going to be a few plates going over to Kavallieri here. Top lane not looking too hot, but I feel like Ducky Warrior can probably still fight value in this game. Whilst the Bodkar and Unified are looking pretty strong right now. Those are really two champions you want to be strong here for Kavallieri. So far it's looking pretty good. Little Maserati finds a timing to grab these grubs here. Dragon is still up. If I can remember one sec. There it is. Oh no, didn't really need it, but Mounting Drake is still up here as they opted to kill the Zac instead of taking that Peach White. Nice little steal here just in time as everyone else backs off. So finds one grub, will deny the feat of strength there, or at least the tick towards it. So it's a pretty good acquisition. Dragon is still up again, but both junglers are hanging around on the top side. I only expect top to see much action unless both players get crazy again. But for the time being, probably going to be a little slow. Bot lane still looking to chunk each other out. Ooh, someone's player getting very aggressive. Full HP Ducky Warrior, but still opts to go for the fight. Someone's player looking pretty strong in this one, but Ducky Warrior, there's the burst I was talking about. Manages to walk out, trying to time someone's player's ult out, but a flash will deny that. It's gonna keep going. Goes in again. Does it find another W? The heal will come true, but I believe an underkill from the Swain will probably secure this kill. Very close to making 1v1 happen, but someone's player should have that in a sec. Mid gank did not quite work out. Unified is okay. Ducky Warrior doing his utmost, but that'll be the feat of strength. All 3 kills coming out of top lane. This Swain is 3-0 on the scoreboard. But ignoring top lane, Kavallieri is not looking all that bad. Akali finds a nice root bot card, not quite in place to follow, but that will allow Peach White to start up Dragon here. It has level 6, but it's getting pretty low. Has to be careful. Oh, they're looking to get aggressive. Little Maserati trying to pull Unified into the tower, who is kind of just in no man's land right now. I'm not quite sure who got there. It getting very low, gonna get rooted, but damage does not come true. It's instead Ancien who ends up tanking a bit too much for his AD carry. Probably a worthwhile death in the grand scheme of things, but that's still a kill going over to Kavallieri. I'm not quite sure I caught how Unified ended up behind the tier 1 tower, to be honest. I kind of want to go back and see that, but no time here, as this slow early game that I expected is kind of just going crazy here. Much earlier than I thought it would. But Kavallieri is finding some good stuff here. Sure, they lost the feats of strength kills. Someone's player going for a 4th solo kill here. Ducky Warrior a bit optimistic on the proxy here. Does end up getting to run out of this one, but will be forced to reset again. Honestly, not too bad. Like, I thought that would be a kill, but ends up denying a few minions, I think. Which is fine. Unified in some trouble. Nice juke! But he's the one getting collapsed on. Flash ult from the Zac. Do they have the damage to finish Unified off? He is under this tower. He's trying to turn it around. Finds a nice stun at the Google Maps. Peach White is here for the counter gank. They opt for it. Google Maps does not go for the kill attempt. And Unified gets to walk out of that one scot-free. Peach Warrior, Ducky Warrior did opt for the Moby Boots here, which is a bit of a newer tech that I've been seeing, where if you're backing a lot, the Empowered Recall is very, very good here. And looks like Ducky Warrior will be backing a lot. As he goes in for another trade, dodges out on a route that could have spelled death, and he will have to get out of this one, otherwise he's probably dead. Although Samus player has no mana, or at least not too much. So I wonder if Ducky Warrior opts to stay here, trying to heal off of grubs. I'm not quite sure that's too wise though. Ults out of the root, just barely surviving that one, playing with fire in the top lane there. Does he make some miracle play happen here? Might just getting very close to. Samus player trying to wait out the shield, just barely times it. Getting very close every time, but 4-0 on the Swain nonetheless. And the rest of the map though, not looking all that hot. We saw Budgar get a few good shots into the tower there. Little Maserati is trying to help out, but it seems like this Kavallieri bot lane is doing just fine here. Wukong opting to take the grubs this time around. Spot goes for a big trade. Imp getting very low, eating the full brunt of the combo there. Gets a bunch of damage taken and forced to use barrier as well. Getting very scared. We'll have to back off of this one perhaps. Akali does have ult. But so does Imp. Did he go for it? I don't think they're risking too much going for it. Peach White is getting contested on the last grub, and the steal does come through. The return favor, as this is a 2v3 actually. Samus player is not quite here. Google Maps does not have flash. Will be going down. There's a bunch of damage in return, but no one really here to do anything about it. So that's a kill and 2 grubs going with Kavallieri. They did deny the 1 grub, but I think they're pretty happy taking that one. As the spot lane tower is getting very low. Ult will not be going through for Akali, almost hitting either champion, but ends up hitting none of them. But this first tower is pretty important if they want to get the feats of strength, which you always want to get the feats of strength if you can. Lord Maserati is down here, recognizing that Kavallieri will probably want this tower. Both summoners, both champions have all their summoners here for Kavallieri. Akali staying for a few little bits of gold here, forced to flash out as soon as he sees little Maserati exhausting as well, just in case. Getting a bit greedy for the last few cents there. Unified finds a good trade onto Google Maps here. If Google Maps is low, I believe Dragon will be up in roughly a minute. Gets the shove too. He might find a good timing to set his team up for an objective here. With the kills gone, Kavallieri needs both this tower and the objectives. I believe they are close to getting the feats here. I'm not quite sure how the new UI works for the feats, I'll be honest. But yeah. Top lane, Peach White tries his luck. Samus player spots him out and he's just gonna walk it off. Unified still has the shove in the mid lane, so that's a pretty free scuttle. Meanwhile, little Maserati is setting up for Dragon. Ducky Warrior, you cannot make it a 5th here. This is getting pretty dicey. Flash is available, gonna be used for Samus player. Oh, and 5. The bot lane gank will work out this time. With Bodgar going down for the first death somewhere else. Akali will not be getting out of this one. Use flash earlier, double kill going over to Imp. And suddenly Shakira are not looking all that bad. Unified still looking very strong in the mid lane here, but the rest of the map is not doing so hot, it seems. I feel like Kavallieri's bot lane is still pretty strong. I just want to see Peach White kind of answer little Maserati's aggression here a bit more, because quite frankly, little Maserati has been hanging out down there quite a bit. Dragon will be going over to ShakiraNo1 here. Not really contested either. Unified still desperately looking to get the first tower. It'll be a cloud map. We did not hit in the mid lane. But Maserati still hanging out down here. Not letting the Skitlim breathe at all. Oh, I'm not quite sure they spotted him. Not sure at all. Akali walking up. I feel like they did. Wait. Okay. Oh no, they did not. Akali walks right into him. Big trouble here. Peach White is walking down, but he's way too far away. Akali will be going down. 3-man ult might just buy them the time they need to maybe find a counter gank here. Akali walks out of this one. Imp forced to flash. No ult just yet. Flash Cyclone will be coming through. 1 kill, make it 2. And Peach White finds the double kill. Traded over to Akali. And the first tower as well. Wait, was it first tower or the top? No. Yeah. It was first tower. It was first tower. So now looking pretty good to get these feats. They just need one more objective. I think either team needs one more objective. But he just barely got that tower too, because top lane is probably going to go down on this wave or the next one. Peach White looking to put some more pressure onto the Zac. This is really what I wanted them to be doing a few minutes ago too. Oh, what are you talking about? What's a Kali? Oh, okay. What? Don't be mean to each other. Hey, if you start fighting in chat, I'll ban people. I don't really care that much. But yeah, Ducky Warrior trying to find as much gold as he can. 2 items on the Swain is a very, very scary Swain. Kavallieri has the tools to kind of kite him out, but it's still very, very dicey. You have to be careful. Plus, no one really answers him in the side lane right now. They're in a bit of trouble there. Hey, I think that's a bit much, man. I'll be honest. Yeah, thanks. What the hell? What's going on in my chat? Why are we fighting, guys? Okay. I don't know why. I don't know what I pinned. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Kind of threw me off here. I'm not even sure what's happening anymore. I had to look away. 1 item finished for Ducky Warrior though. Still a 2 item Swain is much scared. I have to be careful contesting this Herald. This Herald will be the feast though. So they're gonna try anyway. Nice scatter of the week will deny the engage from Little Maserati, but someone's player is ghosting in. Zac passive is popped. Akali is in a pretty precarious spot here, but it's actually Peach White who's gonna go down. No smite available, and Bugdor is getting run down next. Someone's player will find the root, but the flash will get him out. Not really all that low though. They can't really turn this fight. They did get the Zac passive, sure. Flash forward will find the root, but is the damage there? Not quite. Bugdor goes down. Akali is the second. Fight is getting jumped on, and I don't really think he's making it out of this one. Ducky Warrior will not be able to help his buddy out. Try as he might. That is 4 kills going over to ShakiraNo1. Hey. Guys, don't. What the hell? Why are we attacking each other in chat? I don't get it. What? Oh, anyway, I don't know. I'm not dealing with this tonight. I'll be honest with you guys. So yeah. But anyway, the Herald will be going down to Shakira there. And next up seems to be Dragon, which Ancian has probably identified. I don't think there's much else on the map, so we'll probably be walking towards it right now. They're probably want to be setting up a ward line too. Kavallieri is hanging a bit too much towards the top side, I feel like. I don't think they really wants to contest this. They are pinging mid lane. Is Bodgar in trouble? Akali is here to support, but will he really be doing all that much? I think they're just gonna get engaged on. Ult will be coming up, and that's Bodgar going down. Pretty easy pick just before Dragon as well, which is coming up in 18 seconds. I feel like Kavallieri have kind of let this game slip here, if they ever had it in the first place. And ShakiraNo1 are looking pretty strong. More Zac engages. Really, if you give Zac this advantage here, he's just going to be spamming this E of cooldown, and the team can follow up. Ducky Warrior finds a nice little split push in the bot lane, forces someone's player to kind of split away from his team and deal with him. He will probably be able to deal with him though. In the meantime, the rest of the team isn't really doing all that much, so this might just be a free kill going over to Shakira. Or they just let him go, really. That's completely fine. He did maybe stop the aggression in the mid lane, but I want to say they were going to back off and take Dragon anyway. That will be the feed going over to blue team. Which just adds insult to injury here. Need to fight. Splitting in the top side now. They're really just trying to find resources away from the fight, which is probably a wise move. It's just I'm not quite sure if it'll mean all that much in the grand scheme of things. They flash frozen tomb right onto Unified. Not much you can do about that one. Actually, he got flashed right out of that one as the team saves him just barely. So not too bad. Really, you're just waiting to scale up here if you're Kavallieri. Syndra, Caitlyn, and Seraphine all scale up pretty nicely. Wuhan and Volibear are no slouches either. Not that ShakiraNo1 scales too badly either, but you know, when you're behind, you don't really, you kind of just have to scale up and hope that things go your way, or you find some cheeky plays here. This Arakan could be that cheeky play they're looking for. This is very scary thing to just start up. Peach White just throwing the blue down here. I'm not quite sure where they want. That's where they want him to be. Engage happening right onto Akali. Steps a bit too far up. Gonna be going down, but Imp is pretty low. Those health bars are not looking all that juicy. Samus player still has ult and summoners. They have to be careful, but other than that, they might make something happen here. Looks like to send Peach White towards the mid lane. Just shoves. Dude. Not just stop insulting each other. I'm not quite sure why you're showing up in chat and just start insulting people. I don't get why you think that's cool. But yeah, what? Anyway, Peach White probably a bit too much here. I don't think he needed to stay here this long, and ends up dying for it here. But all things considered, Kavallieri have found a lot on the map, despite being quite a bit behind. They're keeping up in gold. Like, sure, the carries on ShakiraNo1 I feel like are pretty damn strong, but they're holding their own quite nicely. They keep playing the map like this, they could find a way right back into this game. Game kind of falls into a lull here. Akali is kind of aggressively finding some wards, but I don't think they know he's right there just yet, at least. Maybe they spot him out now as the ping comes through, but they're looking to take mid tower here, it seems. Samus player is scary enough that they back off. Sitting on 3 items here. Did opt for the defensive item in the 3rd slot there with the Spirit Visage. But he's still doing more than enough damage, I feel like, so they're completely fine with that. If you're doing enough damage, it absolutely makes sense to just go tankiness, because you might as well not die while you're at it, right? So it's probably the right move. Akali getting very aggressive, really not afraid at all. There's throwing spells at the enemy Zac here, who just has Ancien kind of running behind him. ShakiraNo1 are pretty strong, but it doesn't really look like they're that sure of what they want to do. Speaking of, though, Akali walks right into Samus player. They slipped up and they're gonna pay for it. Akali flashes away, not quite sure he can make it out of this one. Badgar, that's a tough name to say, I'll be honest, but Badgar actually makes it out of this one. Maybe. Yeah, he does. So Akali does go down, no real objectives just yet. Dragon will be coming up in 40 seconds, but Akali will be up in time. In the meantime, look at what Ducky Warrior is doing, though. He shoved that wave in so far, and Unified is doing the same in the top lane. Sure, ShakiraNo1 are shoving in the mid lane themselves, but Kavallieri are doing a very good job on the map right now. They're getting caught out here and there, sure. They're not playing it perfectly, but I feel like this is absolutely the right idea, and they're very damn close to making it work. We just have to keep this up a little bit longer. Unified big damage on the Google Maps here. Who has a lot of HP, sure, and does have the ult, but I feel like Unified more than holds his own in the side lane here. And with Dragon up, he'll be pretty comfortable in the top lane. No TP on Google Maps. They could make this a 4v5 if they want to. Badgar has to be careful, does not E over the wall. The net will not get him there. Can they get this? Caitlyn, not quite exhaust, will come true. Samus player is not here yet. A little bit of fight in the bot lane, but Peach White does find a nice ult. Do they have the damage to finish anyone off? Everyone is just walking away very low. Ducky Warrior is just fine, apparently. But everyone else is very low. They also make it happen. Ancien somehow does not get stunned, but will get blown up. It's a damn 3v5 now. Very low HP bars, but Imp will not be making it out of this one. Really, someone's player that they have to deal with. Somehow, he's legendary 10-0. Finds Akali in the back lines. Unified is trying his damn hardest. Oh no, this Sandra ult will definitely spell doom here. No one really here to back him up. Flash will not save him. Do they get Dragon in the meantime? Little Maserati is not letting him get it for free. They do find the smite on it. Ducky Warrior finds a lot of damage on Google Maps. It goes down to Bodgar, but someone's player is still alive. Really, no one can deal with this Swain right now. He's so big. Honestly, take someone's player out of the equation, and Kavallieri looking really good. So really, the win con here is DDoS someone's player. Maybe that could get us there, guys. But it'll be a lot less scary once they get some healing reduction, right? Caitlyn is still sitting on 2 items, and Executioner's Calling will mean that they can maybe kite him out, hopefully. But the Baron might get contested. I feel like Ducky Warrior is looking for the miracle steal with Akali here, but it'd be a cool, pretty ambitious one. Thank you for the follow, Il Cavallo. As the Baron does go down. Bit of a reset coming here. And Penacian shoved the mid lane. Kavallieri can't really do much to punish them here just yet. I feel like Shakira at number 1 are probably going to be looking to maybe clear the jungle real quick, but they don't want to waste too much time here. They really want to make something happen. You don't want to give Kavallieri here any time to scale that you don't need to. You're the ones in the position to kind of run through in these fights. Like if you get some player here to just run through the enemy team, it does not look like they have an answer just yet, and really want to use this timing here. One second. Yeah, did he make it another account? Am I going crazy? Didn't you use the same name? What the fuck? Hey, honestly, I respect the hustle. As the engage comes through, someone's player is taking a lot of damage, might just go down. The execute makes it happen. Unified finds the kill, and that's a very scary 4v5 this time around. As someone's player finds his first dead in the game. And that'll give Kavallieri a lot of time here, too. Like, ShakiraNo1 cannot really do much without their Swain. I can't get over that you have a Twist Smurf just to talk shit. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, with someone's player going down, that means Kavallieri is gonna be defaulting right back. Yeah, yeah, okay. Honestly, for the second follow, you get to stay, but don't be too mean. We're a nice and friendly community, I think. Yeah, I wonder what Shakira really looking for now. Oh no, that's what they're looking for. Bodgar, what are you doing? That is not where you want to be. Gets caught out. Little Maserati finds a slingshot on top of him. And that might just open Shakira up to find the siege here. They don't have the greatest siege. They don't have some excellent range. If they're gonna siege a tower, they're really gonna be looking to dive the enemy team under said tower, which is always dicey. Big CC coming onto someone's player, but no real follow-up as Unified gets engaged on himself, getting very low too. Little Maserati is going to make the solo kill happen. As Mama's player finds the back end of things, 3 people going down. Google Maps very low, but I doubt it means all that much with someone's player is full HP. In the 1v5 here, Bodgar will be coming up any second now, but can he even do anything? He's getting pinged. They're gonna take the inhibitor and back off. So they do find the inhib at the very least. Are they gonna chase this one on the back end of things? Google Maps did back off, no TP. I wonder if they know that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but the rest of the team isn't quite there to really back them off if they decide to push a bit too forward. Dragon will be coming up. Both teams sitting on 2 dragons, so this isn't really that scary. I don't really know what to do about you guys. But what? Anyway, Dragon does go down to Shakira. No real surprise there. Kavallieri are not hovering towards the top side. Baron is up in a minute. They might set up a nice ward line here and try to find a pick. They definitely do have the burst to find said pick. Imp is getting close, but I don't quite see him face a check here. They're going for it. No one's really coming through here just yet. Looks like it'll be the flank though. Imp might get caught with the wraparound, forced to ult for the Seraphine. Ult Peach White, a bit of a precarious position, but finds a nice Cyclone Appeal. His team, Bodguard though, not in quite such a nice position. Will flash out, but will not live. And that's a 1-for-1 so far. Peach White will be going down for the second kill. Not great, not the worst though. Like boy, he has to be careful. Proto belts away from someone's player who's just gonna try and run him down. Fight is still alive. That is a very scary Syndra. So the Xayah Lulu combo has to be careful here. They can't just walk up willy-nilly. But Baron will be up in a second. Little Maserati will be spawning roughly with Peach White. I wonder if they opt to do anything with this Baron. Okay. Fellas, I don't know what to say here. Please. Anyway, again, Baron coming up. Well, Baron is up. I'm not quite sure who's gonna go for it. ShakiraNo1. They're walking up. I don't think the Zac is gonna be taking too much damage. He's out. I don't really wish to commit any CC here. Committing any CC kind of makes you vulnerable to the counter engage. Although it's not that scary without the Lissandra here, who's currently split pushing in the bot lane, answered by Ducky Warrior. It's a 4v4 in the Baron pit, but ShakiraNo1 is just kind of getting vision here. Warrior in the bot lane trying to match the Lissandra. Can't really get on top of him though. Google Maps has very low cooldowns to peel off this Volibear right now. And Baron does get started. TP is available for both side laners here. But Bodkar is going back to base trying to get his third item, but this is probably not the best timing for it. This Baron is gonna go down. No steal to come through. Peach White flashes out, but Yeetified has no such luxury. Will be going down, so will Peach White. That might just be game there. Akali might make it out of this one, but I'm not sure that matters all that much. Like a Warrior desperately trying to catch the wave, trying to deny this push flash forward from Google Maps, trying to find a solo kill. Like Warrior has good burst, but I'm not quite sure when to stick on top of Google Maps long enough. The E will not come true, so it might just be able to. No flash available. Will find the solo kill. Did he hold the wave long enough? Still 20 seconds on his teammates. Try to use all the CC they have at their disposal to deny the push. Imp tanking a lot of tower shots. Has to be careful. Anciano on 1 HP as well. This might have just denied the end here. They might have made it happen again. Kavallieri might still have a leg in his game. As Shakira have to back off. Lysandra being the last one to die might find the timing for this dragon as well. It's coming up in 40 seconds. Might deny the soul. Shakira trying to deny as many jungle camps as they can from their enemies. 3 items on the Caitlyn and the Xayah. So these ADCs are finally online. They're pretty scary. It is Kavallieri who have a setup for this dragon here. They did try to set up a bait earlier, try to see if someone face checks them. They're not quite going for the exact same thing just yet, although I feel like they could try it. But God has to be careful here. You don't want to be getting caught out by the Zac here. Very long range on that E. You have to be careful. You have to respect it. He's gone for the flank. Akali frontline right now as Peach White kind of expects the flank. They deny the Zac engage, but Ducky Warrior, where are you going? That's not where you want to be. Walks right into whip and is going to go down before the fight even started. Immediately one tap, no armor on this Volibear except for the one little chain vest. And it's going to go down immediately. Some Must players trying to deny any sort of play here as they're going to get the soul for free. Very scary too. Cloud Dragon on this Swain is an absolutely terrifying ordeal that Kavallieri just kind of have to deal with. I'm gonna press this button. I missed the play! I missed the play. Ancian immediately goes down, but look at how much damage some Must player is doing. Finds 2 kills on his own. Xayah finds another one. Peach White will probably not be able to hold this one out in the 1v4. Gonna be going down. ShakiraNo1 finally end up closing this one out. A very hard fought battle though. Like Kavallieri just kept bringing it back and back, and sure they let it slip a few times, but I'll be damned if they didn't show heart here. It's a very good game, honestly. Like seriously well played. Like they really understood their outs and they're very close to bringing it back. Really it's just a few mishaps here and there that just cost them the game and let Shakira find the win in the end. But it will be them that find it in the end. We will be going over for a short break. The next game between Osmos and QL. I'm so sorry, I immediately forgot it. I just looked at it. Jansen's team will be coming through. So please hang around for that one. I'm hoping there'll be a little bit less toxicity in that one, I'll be honest, but we'll see. I'll see you guys in a sec.